Ayubowan, Vanakkam, Namaste, and a very good day to everyone. I'm Vimuri Megoda from Sri Lanka. Today, I have the honor of serving as your host on behalf of the International Association for Quality Education and the Ministry of Education, Uva Province, Sri Lanka. The International Professional Development Program for Educators is a joint educational endeavor of the International Association of Quality Education and the Ministry of Education, Uva Province, Sri Lanka, with the collaborative partnership of universities, organizations, schools, and the educational leaders from the global community. It is my great pleasure to welcome our esteemed speaker for today's session, Dr. Neeraj Mohan Puri, Principal, Modern Sandipani School, Pathankota. He has over 2 decades of experience in education, dedicating his career to nurturing academic excellence. He specializes in strategic planning, team leadership, curriculum development, and relationship management. As a seasoned researcher and CBSC engagement expert, he strives to create sustainable and inspiring environments. Today, Principal Sir will be delivering a lecture on the very valuable topic on how to be a highly effective teacher for quality education. Principal Sir, we are truly delighted to have you with us. On behalf of the International Association for Quality Education, the Ministry of Education, Uva Province, Sri Lanka, and all our participants, I warmly welcome you to this session. We now invite you to begin your presentation. The floor is yours, sir.
Namaskar, and thank you very much, Ismat, for such a wonderful and inspiring introduction. Lovely evening to all the educators present out there at Sri Lanka. At the onset, I want to extend my thanks to International Association for Quality Education and UA Province Education Ministry for giving me this opportunity and chance to interact with the educators over here. Please allow me to share my presentation, and I hope that all of you are doing a wonderful job out there. Today's session is really very interesting, and it is about developing highly effective teachers. So, Mrs. Smart, is my screen visible, and am I all ears to you?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm not very sure that we are having almost the same participants for whom I have been addressing in the previous sessions, or we have a different set of participants with us. But whenever I do take a session, I make a humble request to all the eminent educators that whenever you are attending any kind of workshop or training program, you should be highly participative. So we all are allowed to participate in the chat box. So good evening to all of you. I heartily welcome you. And today we'll be discussing how to make a team of highly effective teachers, at how we can measure the performance of teachers, how we can shape the teachers. Reason is that learning is ongoing and continuous process. We all, as an educators, are shaping the future of the country. And for that, it's very, very important that we even should be upscaled. We regularly keep on training ourselves through several training and development programs so that we can do justice with the students and we can enlighten, abreast them with the latest trends across the world. So I would humbly request all of you through chat box, kindly stay very active during the presentation. Anything, even it may be a single word, so anything which you found is new for you, which you find is interesting, or you are not able to understand, please do not hesitate. Immediately unmute if in case they permit you. Otherwise, you can always drop your queries in the chat box. So my humble request, please do not hesitate in asking your queries or anything during this presentation which you are not able to understand or make it up. I'll try that it remains a two-way communication so that you are also regularly sharing your inputs, your insights. So let's start. If I ask you, my dear friends, that Like if you go back 10 years or 15 years or 20 years down the line, and can you please write in the chat box the name of the teachers whom you admired the most? Today, you are yourself teachers. You are daily managing and handling children in your classes of various age groups. So please run down your memory lane, go to your school or college days. Can you note down in the chat box name of any one or two teachers whom you admired the most or whom you remember till date? I would again request, please keep participating. Then the interaction remains very healthy. Otherwise, it becomes very boring. So I've got one reply, second reply that it was Shri Mali, and someone has written that Mr. Colin Ratna YK. Great. Today, the strength is very marginal. But even if we are 14, I want all of you to jot down something at least. You should not shy of mentioning the name of your teacher, whomsoever you like the most. Anyways, now whenever we talk about teacher, or a guru, you may call it by any name, educator, teacher, guru. These are different names we address, and in every country, there will be different ways. How you address a teacher in your country. Like in Hindi, in our country, India, we call it as guru in Hindi. And English teacher is a very common name, which is worldwide popular. So, would you please jot down in the chat box how you address teacher? How you call teacher in your country? In Sri Lanka, is teacher called as teacher only, or like is there any other name, alternative name to a teacher? It's surprising that we're not getting sufficient replies and response. Are you busy in your kitchen or busy with your dinner? Okay, so Miss, all right. And if the teacher is a male teacher, then what is Machi? So, Ms. Sharoza, if teacher is a male teacher, then you call it sir. Okay, thank you very much. So, we take it ki by and large, either they are known as by Miss, Mrs., Sir, or Ma'am. Right. So, what kind of image you have when you talk about teacher? You even I want that I should learn something new when I'm interacting with the audience. So being, you know, taking a session virtually is really very boring and monotonous task because you do not have people sitting in front of you just talking to the screen. It is really very taxing and tiring job. I would appreciate if you keep on writing in the chat box so that even I remain active. So I should get some energy from you. what what kind of image do you have? What comes to your mind whenever you hear the term teacher? Ah, so let me break it. As I said, in India we call teacher in Hindi as guru. Actually, term guru is made up of two words which is split as two letters first of guru, gu, that is known as gu. So gu means andhera. So the person, and ru means light. That means the teacher is a person who takes us from darkness towards light. So teacher is a personality, teacher is a person who spreads light in our knowledge. Teacher is a person who makes us enlightened. Teacher is a person who makes us empowered, who makes us knowledgeable, who makes us intelligent, who spreads knowledge. So these are so many things we can call as. So precisely, Guru is made up of two words. Gu means darkness and Ru means अंधेरे को दूर करने वाला. So very precisely according to Indian mythology, so Guru is a teacher, is a religious, spiritual, or knowledgeable guide, which will always show us a direction, which will show us a path, which will guide us through thick things, and which will always spread knowledge, information. So, in context, environment of education, you all will agree with me that the environment around us is changing very fast. Therefore, the role of teacher is also changing. If you will talk about the teachers who taught you or those teachers who would have taught your parents, the schools, they were only confined to imparting just spreading literacy, where reading, writing, learning, examinations, these were simply conducted. But over the passage of time, the schools have evolved to a great extent. We expect that the child should be a harmonious personality of the child should be developed. Parents expect that there should be all-round development of the child. Child should learn foreign languages. They should be into games and sports. They should have an exposure of robotics, computers, art and craft, music, dance, and whatnot. So accordingly, the role of teacher is also continuously changing. The better communication with stakeholders. Today, if we will think in this present scenario, teacher is a multi-talented and multitasking personnel who is contributing from pin to plane. Each and everything the teachers are taking care of so that the child can be made an all-rounder. So, well-informed students, we had talked about the behavior analysis and adaptation and better harmony with internal and external environment. So, these all the points today we'll be touching it during this conversation. So, it's very important task for a teacher. It said that is teaching is equal to learning of students. So, how many of you think that the role of teacher is only to impart education and to make child learn, read, write, cram, and pass the examination? Do you think that role of teacher is only confined up to that? Then you write why. If you do not agree, then write no. Do you think, my question is, do you think that the role of teacher is only to impart education, to make children read, write, learn, write the examination? Do you think that role of teacher is only this much? If you agree, please write Y or A. If you do not agree with me, write D or no. Please keep participating. Great. Good to see new persons in the chat box. Umeda ji is saying no. Uh, Megoda ji is saying no, teacher is like a second mother. I agree with that. And even Mohara is saying that it's no. So that means most of you agree that teacher is not just now, the role of teacher is not only teaching to the students, but it is something a greater and a teaching is actually a Herculean task nowadays. It's a gargantuan task. It's not that easy. When we were children, we used to go to school only for all these things, just for grasping the information or knowledge, writing examinations. But now the role of teacher is multifarious. So it said that if your students aren't learning, that means you're not teaching. So simple. See, when I'm asking you something, I delivered, we have a screen. All of you can see the screen. Please write yes or no. Can all of you see the screen? Right. You all can see my presentation? Yes. Now, if suppose you can see the presentation, and by the end of the session, whatever as many slides were there, I am not able to make you understand what was the context of today, or no value I can add in you, no takeaways you do have, there is no new knowledge given to you, then that means you have not learned, and in short, I have not taught you properly. So this first sentence means if students aren't learning, means if students are not acquiring new skills, They are not learning new knowledge. They are not getting some new information. That means you are not a good teacher. So today we'll be discussing how a good teacher, from an ordinary to an extraordinary teacher you can become. So before we continue, I would love to know that how many of you, right now we have around 17 participants here, including me. So if we exclude me, how many of you want to become an extraordinary teachers? Those who want to become an extraordinary teachers, please write in the chat box. I. Let's see that how many of you are interested to become an prominent or impressive teacher who want to become an extraordinary teacher. So its response is still very slow. That means out of 16, only this two, three responses, those who are super active. So I appreciate you that at least you are participating. Right. So I should assume that all of you want to become an extraordinary teacher. You want to rise from ordinary. It is rightly said, a good teacher can inspire and hope, ignite the imagination, and instill a love for learning. If you are able to inspire your children, you are able to motivate them for the learning, then you are a teacher. You are a teacher. If you want to become an extraordinary teacher, you have to ignite the spark in them. You have to arouse their curiosity. Means the children in your class, they should be waiting for your lecture. That can only happen when you are rising, you're igniting them, you are making them passionate learner. And how you can do that, we will discuss all these things today one by one, that how you can make a difference in the life of the children, how you can become an extraordinary teacher. So the research shows that repeating poor teaching mechanics can actually move us away from, not close to, our performance objective of effective student learning. In short, Boyce in 1991, in one of his research papers, has said that if the teaching techniques, teaching methodology, teaching content is obsolete or is not connecting the students, if between the teacher and the student there is no connect, that means you are hampering the performance of the students. So we are responsible for the unlearning or academic loss which is happening to the students. So teaching must develop students' competencies and talent of 21st century skills. In India, in 2020, new education policy was launched. And before this, it was 1986. We were following our old 1986 education policy, and it was 2020 new education policy was launched, which is very, very comprehensive. Can you please tell me that which generation children are we teaching nowadays? Can you write in the chat box the students who are sitting in our classes, which century children they are? It's very simple answer. Which century children we are teaching in our classrooms? Yes, anyone, please. Don't shy off, don't hesitate. You are not being assessed on any rubrics. 21st, exactly. Great, great. Thank you very much. So this shows that you are very keenly attending this session. And perhaps some of you have already attended the previous sessions in which I addressed this, that we are teaching Gen Z, and the kindergarten children who are joining our schools, they are alpha children. Very shortly, we'll have a beta children also in our classes. So the purpose of education, this slide, which is presently there on your screen, it depicts and highlights that what skills you need to teach to your children. We have not only to make our children just read, write, learn dance, music, cram the question answers, write examination, pass and get certificates. Absolutely no. Now we all are into a different world where we want to hone, chisel, and nurture 21st century skills. And which are that skills? Here it is on your board. First is about collaboration and leadership. We have to, if we talk about today, this meeting which is happening, this is happening in the collaboration. I remember that Vimuri ma'am, who has given the introduction, and Smart ma'am, they also said ki it is in collaboration, means UVA province in collaboration with International Association of Quality Education is organizing this series of teachers training and development program. So this transformational series which you are attending, this is in collaboration with someone. Similarly, at school level, we have to develop the skills that our children should learn collaboration. They should learn how to study in a peer. Very simple example. We call this one concept called as peer learning. Now, what is peer learning? In our classrooms, there will be three category children. First category children are those who are self-sufficient, very intelligent or brilliant children. Second children are mediocre children. And third type of children are the slow learners or strugglers. So what we can do, we can make the pair. A brilliant child should do hand holding of a average or mediocre child or a child struggler child. So similarly, when we make these small groups, let us say in your class, there are 8 very intelligent children and there are 10 very weak students. So one of the intelligent student is made pair with one of the very weak student. So when they help each other, they clear their doubts, they teach each other. That is known as peer, P-E-E-R, peer tutoring. We also call as buddies. So these are the terms which you should jot down. Buddy system or peer tutoring. This is a hand-holding method in which one intelligent child teaches one of the weak students. So what is happening here? Here collaboration is happening. When you are teaching these skills to the children, they will grow up as a leaders. When they will enter into the professions, when they will become future leaders in any domain, definitely they have to work with the people. They have to work with the team. So they will learn this collaboration and leadership skills. This is what which we need to teach to the children. Second is critical thinking and problem solving. Now, what is critical thinking and problem solving and how we can develop this skill in the children? Critical thinking is ki whenever any task is given, let us say a problem is given to a child, and then we tell them to brainstorm in a group. You have made a class, split a class into small teams, maybe of 5 students in one team, or 6 students or 4 students in one team, depending upon the size of the classroom. Then we have given them a problem. See, all of us want that we should have solution to the problems. Only then we will become a good leader. So if we have to become a problem solver, we have to make the children solve the problems. We have to create a simulated situations where they sit, they brainstorm on something, and they come with new ideas. They come with new solutions, and then they will become problem solvers. This can happen when we create an ecosystem where the children, they discuss the problems, they find the solution, and when a problem is given to the children, they will analyze all the options available, all the resources available with them. And then out of that, critically one by one, they will see the pros and cons of all the solutions. And finally, they will come up with the best solution. So that is known as critical thinking. Before taking any decision, they should critically analyze all the aspects, all the good and bad factors, all the repercussions of that decision. So this is next skill which we need to teach our children. Next is creativity and innovation. So other day we discussed about creativity and innovation when you do old thing in a new way. So that is known as that you are innovating something, or when you find a new way of doing the thing, and creativity is coming up with something which is a unique way of doing the things. So that is known as creativity. So we have to develop creativity and innovation in our children by assigning them small projects. Again, divide them in teams and give them some projects of science. It may be mathematics, maybe project of social science, of computer science. So this way Like some students, whenever we do have, let us say very simple, that you wanted to uh, keep a competition of board decoration. Every class, soft board decoration. So let students come with new innovative ideas. You wanted to celebrate Children's Day. You wanted to celebrate athletic meet. So you have invited a group of students, or in morning assembly, you have made an announcement that students, we wanted to celebrate Children's Day or wanted to do food and fun fair in the campus. So all of you, please share your ideas. So they will come up with plenty of new ideas. We can tell children, ki, okay, how we can decorate our campus. Please give your suggestions, your recommendations. So they'll come with very creative ideas. So this is where you are involving them into decision making process. You are making them problem solvers. You are making them, you know, think outside the box. So they will definitely become very creative. Next is social responsibility, cultural, global, and environment awareness. The world is today talking about SDGs, that is Sustainable Development Goals. So we are very fast evolving uh, nation or a world. So when the world is progressing at meteor space, when developments are taking place, we are depleting some of our resources. So the progress, the development should not be at the cost of that the future generations should be deprived of some resources. Rather, it should be in such a way that the resources are sustainable without exhausting the natural or man-made resources. So we want that they should be aware about the global warming. They should be responsible citizens. They should not only think about me. They should think about the family, the society, the nation, and then the world. So this kind of social responsibility, commitment towards the globe, towards the world, towards the universe, we need to infuse and instill in our children. So this is important 21st century. Then comes communication. Communication is an essence of each and everything. It is very paramount skill. Everyone, irrespective of the language, it may be, Tamil, it may be Sri Lanka, whatever languages and dialects you use. In India, we have 27 states, so there are different languages being spoken. Similarly, it may be Chinese, Japanese, whatever. Language is only a medium of communicating our opinions, ideas, feelings, emotions, and expressions. But we should be fluent in communication. We should not stammer. One should be able to express his opinion. So we need to develop this skill also among our children through several oral activities, through debates, through declamations, through speech competitions. This time to time we need to keep on organizing. Then is digital literacy. Is there anyone here or in this present world who can survive without using technology? We all are using technology in our day to day life right from dawn to dusk. The moment we open our eyes until we go to the bed, whole day, several times, rather innumerable times, knowingly or unknowingly, we'll be using a technology. So we need to be digitally literate. Right now, you all are attending the session. And for so many months, I think, or weeks, you have been attending the sessions. You are teaching students in your class through projectors, through interactive panels, through digital content. We all use mobile. There is hardly any child, hardly any person now on this planet who is not using the mobiles. So mobile is what? That's again a digital tool. So these we need to equip our children that how they have to use digital resources sensibly because lot of cyber crimes are happening. These children, they are getting exposed to social media. They are using digital tools, but that is somehow adversely impacting their mental health also. So there are cyber crimes. There's a cyber bullying which is happening. So we need to make them responsible that they should use this technology to some extent because excessive exposure to the screen time is impacting their eyesight, their memory, their sleep patterns, which indirectly will have an adverse impact on the performance of the child. And then, last but not the least, that is lifelong learning, self direction, and personal management. We all need to become lifelong learners. Now, what this lifelong learner means, कि a child should not stop his studies just after completing 10th, 12th, or getting graduation certificate. It is not that I have qualified BTech, or I become a lawyer, or I have become a teacher. So, but with this, my learning should stop. I really admire and appreciate your government, your principals, and all of you. Really clapping for all of you that you so actively are taking interest in this late evening, some kind of training workshops. So this is what's happening. This shows your zeal. This really shows your passion to make a difference, to learn more things so that you can deliver in a more better way. And this is known as lifelong learning. So you should not stop. You should keep on adding new courses. You can keep on adding new skills. There are endless skills. It may be communication, it may be presentation, it may be art and craft, it can be in IT, in computers itself. There are so many languages, so it is a never-ending process, lifelong process. This is what we need to train and make our children कि they should be lifelong learners and independent learners. Now, independent learner means कि they should not be dependent only on the teacher or on the parents. कि my parents will compel me कि okay, open your books, now complete your homework, you have your assessment, start preparing for it. Similarly, teachers in the classroom have always to encourage the children कि okay, take out your notebooks, listen the lecture carefully, prepare your notes, participate, learn your test. So they should independently take the ownership of their learning. They should be self motivated. Ki, yes, I have to learn for myself, and I have not to learn to clear any examination. When you are learning, when you're acquiring new knowledge, not just to pass an examination, but to use that skills, use that knowledge in your day to day life, then you will become a lifelong learner and independent learner. So, this is one of the prominent skills which we need to teach to our children of this age. Now, this is about a profile of an effective teacher. So, before this, I would love to hear something from you. Will you please write in the chat box that what are the good qualities of an effective teacher? If you are a teacher or you are a student, let's assume that all of you are students. What kind of qualities you look in your teacher? Or another way we can say it, ki like you today learned that Dr. Neeraj Mohanpuri will be taking your session. So that means you are learner and I'm your teacher. So what do you expect ki I should have the qualities? You should be very quick, fast, very great, patience. So one of the important characteristic a teacher should be patient, because these days the children in the classroom, they are very violent, they are very aggressive, they are very restless. Therefore, the teacher need to keep lot of patience and perseverance to handle, and especially the kindergarten and the lower primary wing children, those who are at the foundational age and stage of their life, their initial years of the life. So, during the initial years of the life, that teachers have to be very, very patient. They will be cranky initial few days or few weeks. Sometimes it take months to settle the children in the classrooms. And whenever a new teacher joins the school, or whenever new students join the session, or during the session, so they may be irritating, they may have anxiety. So teacher must have a lot of patience. I agree with you. Then someone has from with attending the session from Galaxy MO2 has written creativity. Of course, it is a 21st century skill which we have not to teach our children, but even we also should be. If I am going to deliver a lecture in the classroom, my children want that I should be very creative. My method of teaching should be innovative. It's not simply I've entered into the classroom and I'm teaching same formulas and then solving this sum. So class will be very mechanical and monotonous. They will not pay interest. The students will not learn anything. So they expect that we should do it through sports integration, through arts integration. No, by involving all the children, by engaging all the children. If I'm teaching a concept of addition, it is not simply that you take two pens, add it, or simply I told them, "Ki, okay, start counting on the fingers, or I've drawn some lines. Some new methods we should have it, that how we can teach the concept of addition. Let us say I called three children, three boys from the class. Then I called four girls from the class. Then I told them, okay, stand in one line, one after the another. Then I told any other child, ki, okay, now start doing counting. So this is a creative method of teaching addition to the students. So similarly, subtraction, I have taken 20 pencils and I start distributed five pencils to one child. Then I asked the question, ki, how many are left with me? Then again, I've given two. I called some another child. I've given two pencils to that child. I said, now how many I am left with? Then I have given one more pencil to some other child. I said, how many? So these are several ways of teaching the traditional, conventional concepts in a very, very innovative and creative way. This way, the children will love to attend your class. They will be more conscious. They will be more sincere in your class. There'll be no disciplinary issues also. Vimuri ji has very rightly said that teachers should have an understanding of the students. It's very, very important thing again. We all have students. We all, like in this globalized era, we have diversity in the classrooms. We have children with different learning abilities. We have children who comes from different demographic backgrounds. Some children are from very influential families. Some children come from the families who are very poor families. There will be children whose parents are not highly educated. There will be some children in the classes whose parents are highly educated. So in your same classroom setup, there are children from several backgrounds. Now we need to understand each and every child, that how my child learns. If he is annoying, irritating, why this child irritates time and again? Why this child is not completing his homework time and again? So I need to understand the background of the family background of the child. I need to get connected with the student. So they should be able to clearly describe. I am not familiar with this Sri Lankan language, so I do not know who has mentioned. Clear, describe. So appropriate, very appropriate. That the teacher should be able to describe the topic. The content clarity should be there. Suppose you have a lot of knowledge. You are master of your subject which you are teaching, may it be environmental science, English, Hindi, or mathematics, whatever, but you're not able to explain the students. You are not strong in your teaching methodology. You are not able to get correct with the students. Students are not understanding your method of teaching, your language. So that means you are not able to connect with the children. So automatically, what would happen? Your lecture will be waste. That would not add value. So teacher should be able to clearly describe. Then is communication, of course. So uh, let's see that what all characteristic a teacher must have. This is a general profile of a teacher. First and foremost thing, now we are starting about effective teacher. So there is a difference in a teacher and an effective teacher. An ordinary and a normal teacher will enter into the classroom, will teach the concept, will cover the chapter, conduct revision test, prepare exams, conduct exams, prepare the result, whether the child has understood or not, whether there is no new knowledge enhancement happened or not, whether 21st century skills which we talked, students have learned any one of the 21st century skill or not, the teacher is not bothered. So that teacher is just an ordinary teacher. But today we all are sitting in this meeting. You all are attending this session. I guarantee you, I promise you, by the end of this session, you all will find a difference. You will learn new methods, you will learn new techniques, you will learn new skills, that how you can make your classroom very engaging, how you can become an impressive teacher, how you will become an ideal, a favorite teacher that the students should wait for you. When madam or miss or sir or madam or sir's lecture will come. So now we'll be unfolding it one by one. We'll be discussing all these things in detail. So please pay attention. You should have something to note down with you, and anything which is not clear to you, don't hesitate, ask me through the chat box. Side by side, keep asking side by side, because I keep, along with my presentation, I'm also active and I'm reading the chat box replies as well as any queries you do have. So stay active, and you may communicate to other friends also, those who have not joined the session, that it's high time they should now log in and join the session. Now, first and foremost thing, if you really want to first, are you ready to become an effective teacher? Say, if you are really ready to write R. Are you ready to become an effective teacher? Let me see how quickly you are replying. Again, answers from same per people. Yes. Suhadha Mohara. Good. Replies are very slow. It should not bombard. Your chat box should be very fast. You are good in typing speed. It only one single letter you have to write. Good, Nikeshla ji. Someone with you user right. Thank you very much. So I promise you by the end of the session, you will really feel proud and you will feel happy that you have attended this session. And I guarantee those who have missed this session, really, they are going to miss something very, very important. So please pay attention now. Let's kick off and let's take off now that how you can become an effective teacher who will leave an indelible impact on the mind of the children, who will really make difference in the life of the students. So first and foremost is are clear about instructional goals, right? I'll be giving you real life examples so that you can connect with the content better. Now, first point is if I want to become a very effective teacher, like today, before starting this session, I was very clear. And just now, I very clearly told you because I'm sure, I'm confident that whatever I will teach you today, you all will understand. Number one. Number two, I'm very sure, damn sure, कि you will be learning something new. So that means I am very clear about instructional goals. My mind is clear कि what I am going to do today in my lecture. Will you share in the chat box that what is the duration of your lecture? Like in India, we have 40 minutes one period. So what is the duration of the period here with you in your classrooms? Do we have all the teachers here or principals also? If you are a principal, please write P. If you are a teacher, then write T. If you are a principal, you write P. If you are a teacher, you write T. If you are coordinator or dean, then you write T or D. D. So 40 minutes. Okay. So same, likewise. So similarly, we have 40 minutes session. Great, great. Thank you very much. So in that 40 minutes, you should be very clear before you step into the classroom ki how this 40 minutes I am going to make it very fruitful, how I will make my children learn something new. So that is clear instructional goal. You should be totally clear. It's not only about preparing lesson plan. Sometimes we have made a lesson plan or no pre-testing plan, but we do not stick to it. We get deviated from it. So first of all, you as a teacher, when you are clear with your goals, the way I have shown the confidence, same way when you're confident ki yes, today I will really teach something wonderful. Today I will cover this particular topic. Today students will do experiments. Today students will learn something new in the poem. Today I'll be teaching some enhancing the vocabulary of the students. So you should be very clear ki how you are going to use that 40 minutes period. That is the first thing that will make you an impressive teacher. Because sometimes we have seen teachers step into the classroom, they have half prepared. So they're confused, they will start something, they will be again muddled, perplexed, they will stop, then again they will start, or they'll just somehow try that 40 minutes are past. So that means the teacher is lacking instructional goals, is lacking clarity, has ambiguity. So of course, no students will admire that teacher. So first, you should be very clear. Next is are knowledgeable about the curriculum content, the strategies of teaching. You give me any topic, you give me any subject, I can make an innovative uh, teaching method out of it. I can give you an innovative strategy to teach that topic. So, next important thing, students will love that class, that love the teacher who whose method of teaching is very good. So that is essence of teaching. Just sometimes ago, I said कि if you have lot of knowledge, but your classroom is noisy, classroom is disorganized, because you have content, either you don't have content knowledge, you are just talk beating the bushes about. So the teacher should have a command over the subject. And whenever you enter into the classroom, do not teach like an ordinary teacher. Do not simply start with the write that topic and then just simply start it. For an example, now what I want to say from second point with the example, I'll make it clear to you. When I say are knowledgeable, and then they say ki different teaching strategies. Let us say I wanted to teach a concept of algebra to the students. So I have first on the blackboard or the green board or whatever board you are using, I've written algebra. Then I made one of the students stand in the classroom and I asked him, okay, tell me that 5 plus 3 is equal to what? He has replied. I made him sit down. Then I told another child, ki 6 multiplied by 3 is equal to what? Child has replied, correct. I made him sit. Then I told another child, means I am introducing algebra first time. Students have never studied algebra earlier. Then I told another one, next child, if I say you to add a plus a plus a, what will be the answer? Can we add it or not? I told a child that 3x square divided by x. Can you solve this? Is it possible to solve it? Is it a mathematics? So this is how now I have ignited a child. I have aroused a curiosity. Wow, how's that possible, sir? No, sir. Some students will say, no, sir. We have never studied it before. How ABCD can be? This is in English, but we are studying numbers. So here I introduced कि algebra is a branch of knowledge. It's a branch of mathematics in which we perform fundamental mathematical operations on numerals, or on constants and the variables. Then I introduced them to what are constants and variables. I told, I have written a number 20 on the board and I told the child to read it, pronounce it. He said 20. Then I have written another number 35. I said another child to tell it, pronounce it. He said 35. So I told them कि anywhere in this world, on this earth, in any country, wherever you will go, 20 is 20, 35 is 35, 97 is 97, everywhere. Language may be different, pronunciation may be different, but its value is what is written. 9 is 97, 29 is 29. So then I said, I have written A. I'll tell them कि the value of A will change from question to question. If there is a statement 3a plus 9 is equal to 7, here the value of a will be different. If I have written 4a plus 5a is equal to 2a minus 9, here the value of a will be different. So that's why it is known as variable. Constant means fixed. Variable means which will keep on changing. So when you are teaching this way to a child, that means you have a command over the subject. The child, if everyone in the class will be spellbound, they would be very attentive to listen and learn from you. Next day, do you think that the students in the classroom will be waiting for that teacher's period? I want to reply yes or no. What do you think if you started your lecture, your chapter in such a way, and you have imparted a extraordinary knowledge? You introduce your topic in such a wonderful way. So, do you think that the children in the classroom will wait for the teacher's next lecture? Yes or no? Y or N? Please be quick. So, you should be very fast in your replies. Right. So, all of you agree that yes, students will be ignited. So, here, do you think now you will be an extraordinary teacher or an ordinary? If you think by teaching in this way, innovative way of teaching, giving extraordinary knowledge to a child, you will be an extraordinary teacher or you will be an ordinary teacher. If you think you will be an extraordinary teacher, write E. If you think you will remain ordinary teacher, write O. Exactly. So this was my second point. If you really want to become a great teacher, you want to become very popular teacher, a role model, ideal teacher in your institution. So this is second point. This will happen when you have a lot of knowledge about your subject. When you're not teaching, if you're a teacher of social science, you are teacher of English, you are teacher of literature, you are teacher of no, physics, chemistry, accountancy. I'm not very sure which subjects you do teach over there. But when you're referring multiple books, when you're giving notes of economics or political science or computer science from two or three different books, so do you think students will respect you or not? Yes or no? If you're using multiple resources in the classes, and there is another teacher who just goes, takes one textbook which is recommended to the students, read the line, make it in a simple language and dictate it to the students. Again, read the next line and then in simple language dictates to the students. Do you think that students will be interested to study from that teacher? Yes or no? If the teacher is simply translating the content which is written in one textbook, which every child in the classroom is having, and the teacher is dictating from same textbook in the copies, do you think that students will be interested to study? Yes or no? If teacher is simply dictating whatever is the textbook and same book is with the children also, teacher is reading from here, explaining the meaning and then telling students to write down. Do you think that students would like that teacher? I think no. Reason is because same content they have in the book. But if teacher is delivering a notes from by consulting four different books, five different books, and then from every book, whatever is the best, then he is giving that notes to the children. That means the teacher is knowledgeable, teacher is innovative, teacher is using different strategy and has good command over the content. So then definitely you will become an effective and impressive teacher. Next is communicate to the students what is expected of them and why. Every teacher should know that what are the aspirations of the students. You as a teacher should know if out of 20 students, what are their academic levels. If a child who is just at a borderline, who is struggling to score pass marks. That means if you work with that child and make him get 25, 30 marks and he passes. So this is the expectation of that child. A child who is a mediocre child who is scoring in the range of 50 to 60 percentage or who is scoring B and C grade, his expectation should be that I should jump to next level. And the child who is already A grader child, who is the top scorer in 90 and 100% will be looking कि there should be knowledge enhancement. I can crack entrance examinations. I can clear competitive exams. So this way you have to understand the expectations of your children and then accordingly you have to address it. Then make expert use of the existing instructional material in order to devote more time to practice that enrich and clarify the content. Now, I'll give you another example for this point. A great teacher is one who uses entire space of your campus. Please pay attention. This is very, very important point I'm going to tell you. And if you will implement it in your class or in your school, you will be a wow teacher. You will be creating a wow factor in your classroom by implementing this. When I say every teacher should use senses and every space of the campus, what I mean? Now, let us say that a teacher of nursery class has, or let's say LKG class, lower kindergarten class, has taught these spellings of uh, cat, 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 to a child. Teacher has drawn a cat, has written CAT on the board, and by repetition method, teacher told every child one by one to recite behind it. So this is a class, this is learning which is happening in the classroom. Now teacher has taken that children, all the students from the classroom in a playground. There she has drawn squares on the ground with colored chalks. And then she has written in one box C, another box A, another box T. Then she has told children to stand in a line. Then she told first child to jump on letter C and pronounce it. Then jump from C to next letter, pronounce it. Then jump from A to next letter, pronounce it. So the first child jumped, said C, then A, then T, and he moved out. Then next child, the next child. So what you did, you used the space of your playground. Every inch of your school you can use as in laboratory. Let us say you have taken your children even in the washroom, the children when they are entering, the children when they are coming from buses, you can teach them various means of communication, that this is a four-wheeler, this is a two-wheeler, colors, shapes. You are teaching shape to the students. First time you're introducing geometrical shape to the students. You're teaching them circle in a classroom, or you're teaching a particular color to a child. You told the students, ki, okay, anything which is round is a circle. Then you have drawn two, three circles. You have shown them the dial of your watch. You told them, ki, okay, see, which shape is this circle? Then you told the children, ki, okay, look in your classroom or come outside in the playground. And here you tell me which things are which are circular. This method of teaching is known as inquiry-based method, and this is one of the finest methods of teaching the students their cognitive skills, their IQ, their observation skills that will improve, that would be taken to the next level. So this is how you use the space of the school. Now, let us say you want to teach the concept of addition subtraction to the students. You bring them to the stairs. You are teaching counting to the students, one, two, three, four. So make them, bring them on the stairs. Tell him to climb first step and read. Climb second step, read. Climb third step, read. So these are few examples. I'm telling you how the different space of the school can be used. So from today or from tomorrow, whenever next you enter your campus, look around each and everything. May it be trees, may it be buses, playground, your washrooms, your mess, your classroom, any, and always thinking how I can connect these spaces of my school with my subject, how I can connect my classroom learning with the real life learning. So that way, don't you think that the classroom will be very engaged? Children will be hyperactive. They will always be keen to learn. Yes or no? Quickly. Still, this session is very big. We are just hardly in the beginning. Come on, quick. My 1 hour is over, but still I have to cover a lot. So I feel that it will be very well connected class. Knowledgeable about their students, adapting instructions to the needs, anticipating misconceptions in their existing knowledge. Now, there are many times some misconceptions amongst the children, and teachers presuppose it. No, when we are teaching the students, let us say mathematics, we are teaching to the student of 8th or ninth class, we are assuming कि the knowledge which they have learned at the lower levels in the previous years, they are still able to relate it and they are clear about it. So we start with the advanced level. We should every time cover the previous, brush up their previous concepts also. Many times when we say what is the definition of rational number, students normally say a number which is in the form of p over q, where q is not equal to 0. That's only this much. Now, this is a theoretical learning. I can guarantee ask rational number with an example to your students in any of the classroom. Not 100% children in the classroom are able to give right answer. If you will write 7 over 9 and you will ask student, is it a rational number? Because the definition was P over Q. That means there should be one numerator, one denominator. So students all will say, yes, this is a rational number. Now you have written only number 8. And then you ask the students, is it a rational number? Definition of rational number is there one numerator, one denominator. I can bet upon there will be 7 or 8 students in the classroom, maybe more or less, who will say, no, this is not a rational number. Because their mind is processing ki one numerator, one denominator. Something should be down also. So when it is only integer or it is only a natural number 7 written, this is not rational number. So that means the existing knowledge which they have misconceptions. We need to tell them if nothing is in denominator, we can put 1. So now you have numerator and you have denominator. So it is a rational number. And then why, if it is 0 over 8, what is the answer? And if it is 8 over 0, what is the answer? Then we should ask them in rational numbers, we say ki why q should not be equal to 0. If q is in the denominator, that means answer is not 0. It is infinity. Many students, you can try this tomorrow itself in your classroom, mathematics teachers. You write 8 over 0 and 0 over 8. Tell students to give the answer. Some students will give answer ki both are 0. Some will give both are 8. Some will give 1. So this type of surprising answers you will get from the students because their existing knowledge was not good. So you need to every time start with the basic concepts. Then teach students a metacognitive strategies and give them opportunities to master them. Gradually, step by step, we have to teach them. Address higher as well as lower level cognitive objectives means we should not only teach typical, very difficult and complicated concepts to them, but we should teach them easy concepts and try to convert difficult topics in an easy way. When you will try to connect their classroom learning with the real life learning, the way examples I have quoted you, when you'll be teaching in that way, then definitely what would happen? You are addressing this the higher cognitive and lower cognitive way also. So monitor students' understanding by offering regular and appropriate feedback. It's very important for you. Ask your feedback to the students. Ask your colleagues to get feedback from you. Let us say if I have finished the lecture, we generally say you to give your feedback. Tell what was good, what was bad. There could be several ways. Students can anonymously means without disclosing their name. They can write, there could be a suggestion box, can be feedback box where they have to write just the feedback about a teacher, about the subject, its understanding, without revealing their name and the class. They can simply drop it. Or another subject teacher can ask for the previous teacher, ki, or how is your math teacher? How do you find it's going on? What do you like about the teacher? What do you like it? Are you understanding? Are you not understanding? Even teacher can themselves be friendly with the students and can ask. You need to, build that rapport with the students. Ki, frankly, they start hearing, ki, sir, today's lecture was very interesting. Or, sir, today these topics we are not able to understand. Or, miss, please explain these topics again. So, that way you need to take feedback so that you can, because the ultimate purpose of teaching is learning of understanding of the students. If whatever I'm teaching you're not able to understand at the end of this today's session, then all this 1 hour or 1.5 hour is waste. Your also, mine also. So the purpose will not be resolved. Therefore, it's very important to take the feedback by building good rapport with the students and coming up to their level. Whenever we are teaching the concepts, we should not think you are a postgraduate, you are a teacher, you have been teaching students for so many years, you are experienced. But when you are teaching the children, you have to reduce your level. You cannot assume, as I said, you should not assume every time कि the student of 8th class in 7th they studied rational numbers. So in 8th or 9th and 10th, they will be very sure with it. Even sometimes the students of 8th, 9th, 10th, they forget the concepts of integers also. That plus is what? Minus is what? If plus minus is, then what operation to be done? What sign will come? So you have to use several ways to teach these simple concepts also. So, how to become an effective teacher? How many of you want to become an effective teacher? You've already shared that all of you want to become. Here is one wonderful video I'm playing. Please see it carefully.
Hi, how was your day?
I'll play it slightly back. Hmm. Nice.
Today is my first day, and I will be taking all your science subjects. So let's start off on a good note. Not that note, thank you. So let's start with a nice round of introductions. My name is Sakshi, and I love working with young people.
Ma'am, my name's Anish. I was a topper last year. Ma'am, my IQ is 145 and I've got double promotion once.
My name is Andy. I like dancing.
My name is Chetan and I like to play the guitar.
Okay, everyone's done except the last roll number. Zara? Where is Zara?
Zara is a zombie. 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 Zara is a zombie.
Class, settle down. Gaurav, I'm gonna kill you.
Hi, how was your day?
Good morning, class of rowdies. You do know that's the name the rest of the school has given you, right? This month, I will not lead the class. You will. Every day, two students will come here and present anything that they are passionate about. There is only one.
So teachers, please pay attention now. Now it's a turning over point. This now she'll be sharing some strategies how you can tackle this kind of a noisy a class of rowdies. So she's going to share some very good strategies. Please understand.
One rule: you must show respect. So, who is courageous enough to accept the challenge?
Ma'am, anything?
Yes, anything.
Our topic is everything you wanted to know about the birds and the bees.
But not afraid to ask.
Sequined in the night sky as the stars shine, they tell a million stories, some of yours and a few of mine.
Today, we both will be teaching you the secret of flight by building a rocket. That balloon over there is also a rocket, but it does not go very far as it does not have any wings to give its flight a direction. So you see, in life, it is very important to have something or someone, yes, or someone who can give you direction every time you're going astray. It helps you go very far in life. Good morning, class. Today, we have prepared a very interesting topic for the class. Today, I'm going to tell you about the physics of dance. But before that, my friend here is going to give you a small demo.
Can I ask you something? Your class of rowdies has really changed. How did you manage it?
I haven't done anything. I just created a space where no one is judging them, where they can learn through their own interests. Hi, class. Good morning, ma'am. So everyone's done with their session except Zara. Zara, come on. Zara, Zara.
Every rowdy class has a voice, waiting to be heard, wanting to be understood, wishing to be loved. Thank you, ma'am, for listening to us. Thank you for not giving up on us. Thank you for finding the reason for our rowdiness, for giving a channel to our craziness. Thank you, ma'am, for finding the poet in a zombie, and for setting me free, for letting me be. No matter where we go and what we do, we'll always carry in our hearts a part of you. Dear ma'am, thank you.
So I hope the message is clear to you. This is how you can make the children uh, from class of rowdies. You can really monitor them. We need to understand their potential. We need not always to judge them. We need to give them a space. Every child is having something or the thing in them. We need to identify that trait in a child. Definitely, a classroom will be, the children, they would be really doing wonders and kudos. Then next, as a lifelong learner, it's very, very important. Now, the major problem which our teachers face, especially the gents in the schools, there are ego clashes. As a teachers, when we enter into the classroom, we should be giving a lot of self-respect to the children. We should build their self-esteem. I normally address my students by calling them Mr. Sohan, Mr. Ravi, Mr. Hamid, Miss Susie. So dress them beautifully. Do not mix your ego. Keep your ego always aside. You need to understand, sometimes give students a chance to speak up, open up. It's not that every time they will say something they will be putting the wrong point of view. We need to borrow their point of view. We need to understand their aspirations. We need to understand what is bothering them. The children these days are coming from diverse background, as I've already said. They are coming from broken lives. There are some children who are facing some kind of physical abuse at home. Maybe the relationship between mom and dad is not conducive. There may be some economical challenges at home. So we normally do not understand that the what kind of trauma, what kind of a problem a child is going through. To become an effective teacher, it's very understand that you show compassion to the students. If a child who was good in academics and slowly, steadily you find a dip, a decline in the performance of a child, rather than scolding the child and humiliating, one very important tip and advice I'm giving you, it is said that always encourage the child publicly and always admonish privately. Let us say I'm a student in your classroom. You are not happy with my behavior. I'm disturbing the class. That means I'm an attention seeker. You need to engage me. There will be children in the class who, after every 5 minutes, 10 minutes, will disturb you, will move from one place to another place. They'll keep on roaming in the classroom. They'll keep on talking to someone else. That means that child is HTHT child, who is hyperactive child. You need to tap the energy of the child. You can engage the child in a learning. Call him near the board, tell him to read something for the students, tell him to give an explanation, tell him to decorate the board. This way, you have to tap the energy of the child. When their children are getting ignored time and again in the classroom, they will become a troubleshooters. They'll keep on irritating you, they'll keep on annoying you. Whenever you come across any kind of misbehavior from a child, do not scold them in front of all. These days, children have very high self esteem. They're very sensitive. They will dislike you for that. So, if a child, like the way you have seen that teacher who was a Zombo child, Zara, she was very introvert. Teacher has your small remarks can do wonders. It's encouragement, appreciation, which is just free. There are various ways for small good actions done by the children. Give some kind of an appreciation, reward them in the classes for the good actions. Maybe someone is punctually submitting copies on time, someone is helpful, someone is very cooperative. So start identifying the good qualities which children are displaying it. and then appreciate them, reward them. It's simply not monetary rewards. A eraser can maybe given, a pen is given to a child. Some students are told to clap for the child. A star is given to a child. Give compliment in the copy. Excellent, kudos, very good. Give wonderful remarks to the children, they will feel motivated. Don't you think if you are such a teacher who never scolds the child, who corrects the mistakes of the child, but not publicly in front of all the students, they feel humiliated, they feel embarrassed, then they will never open up in the classroom. So never scold them publicly, call them in your staff room, call them separately. Next, very important thing which normally, no, I may call it key teachers do blunder. If in case you have come across anything which is unhealthy about a child, for an instance, you have come across a letter, love letter written one by to another girl, or you found that two children they were exchanging some gift which is not allowed in the campus. Please pay attention. Now, this is something which commonly happens in the staff room. Now, suppose I was the teacher who have caught them red-handed. I come across that love letter which the boy has written to a girl. Now, this is something which I need not to spread in my campus. If I come across something that my duty is that I should report the matter to my higher up. Either it is a coordinator, I don't know what's the channel you follow. Like we do have here teachers, then we have coordinators, then vice principal, principal that way. So in that case, you should always pass on the this information to someone senior person. But normally what happens is we go to the staff room, we start revealing it, ki, oh, today I've got these two children, this is a letter, they were writing letter. And what happens then? Whole set of teachers, they will start torturing the children. They will start commenting the students. They'll start poking the particular boy and girl everywhere. So there is every chance that they will become totally, ruthless. They become ruffians. They can retaliate. So we should not label the children in the classrooms ki you are tougher, you're not good for anything, you will be failure, you never do good, you're always making excuses, tum bahane bana rahe ho, you never score good marks. You always try to find the reason why child is behaving like this. So these are certain very small and simple tips which will really help you to earn the respect. Children will love, you will win the rapport, you will earn the faith of the students, they will open up with you, they will share the problems with you, and they will definitely improve in your class. You will become a role model, the most respected teacher, and the children in your classroom will never disturb. And even they will start, acting as the leaders to monitor and control the classroom if you are demonstrating and displaying such kind of a behavior. So teacher has to be personally disciplined, punctual. If you have announced that I have to conduct a test, then you must conduct a test. It is not that you told I'll be conducting, then you are yourself making excuses. We are means the teacher, efficient teacher and effective teacher will be one who actually practice what they preach. If I'm saying students, you should be honest, you should be disciplined, then I need to live. I need to lead by example. First, I should be disciplined. I should come on time. I should come well dressed. I should keep my words. If I told children we'll be doing some activity, we should do it, and do not use non-parliamentary language. Sometimes we are using non-parliamentary language, means we are using certain pass some silly comments and pass bad remarks to the students in front of entire class. We should never make any comment on the physical attributes of the student. If someone is dark complexion, someone is fat, someone is lean, someone is timid, someone is short in height, somebody's features are not nice. So we as a teacher should not make personal attacks. Many a times it happens. Teachers does this. Teachers should never call a student by their nicknames. Every in a school setup, like you as a peers, you as a colleagues will have some names, fancy names, nicknames. But as a teacher, you should always call child by their actual, by the genuine names, real names. Respect the students. We say if you will respect, B gets the respect. If you will respect, they will also respect. Next, very important to become effective teacher is be flexible. At times, you should not become reticent and adamant always ki ji, hanji, I'm a teacher. If I have said something, so exactly it should happen like that. Wherever possible, there should be a scope of flexibility. We should adapt. We should adopt the children also. So quickly, like, try to connect with the students, try to connect with the parents. So this way, you will start understanding the requirements of your children, aspirations of the parents, and everybody will start loving you. Children will wait for your lecture. They will miss your presence in the school. The day you will not be present, the students will be missing you. So that would only happen when you adopt all these practices in your life. Even the teacher has to be unique and a style statement. How you dress up. Children these days notice each and everything. They right from your head till toe. They always have a great observation about you. What kind of danglers you are wearing, what colored sari or dress you are wearing, what type of footwears you are wearing, how you walk, how you talk with the students, how you talk with your colleagues, how do you address the students. Even they note your signatures also. How do you sign the signatures? So they copy your each and everything. So you need to pay attention to these things also to become an effective and to become a popular and a very, very inspiring teacher for the students. And in that 40 minutes of the classroom, if you're continuously teaching, the class will be very, very boring. The children will start yawning, they will start peeping outside the window, they'll start waiting, they'll keep on looking at the watch, ki kab time pura ho jaye, when 40 minutes will be over, because your class is very boring. So in between the classroom, you should crack some joke. You should, involve students, engage the students, stay connected with the lecture. So there are several teaching methodologies. Today, time is short. Sometimes we can take up how you should teach languages to the students, because they generally do not like language subjects. But there is a way. Yeah, classroom management skills has to be very proper. Now, when we talk about classroom management is a gamut of things. First and foremost is key lighting in the room. Furniture should be properly arranged. There should be no broken furniture. Children should feel comfortable in the classroom. Your all the notice board, all the soft boards should be highly decorated. There should be no webs in the classroom. All the electrical appliances should be intact. There should be proper seating plan for the students which should be there. There should be set defined class rules. Ki what is allowed in your class, what is not allowed in your class. Then board usage. Sometimes we have seen the teachers, they do not write properly, legibly. They do not even know at how to use board effectively. So they should use every part of the board very properly in an organized way. It's not half part you've written here, half there of the screen. So how you will use the board properly. First and foremost thing, the moment you enter into your class, go with a smile. Address the children. Give a beautiful smile. Don't take your frown face and show that you're very annoyed, you're very angry. Keep a smile the moment you enter into a class. Nicely wish them, greet them, and then just ask, how was your day? What have you learned till now? How are you all feeling? So just with this, so that you set the tempo of the classroom. Then label the date, very important. Label the topic, label the chapter which you are going to cover. Then write learning objectives, just one or two bullets that today what you are going to cover in today's 40-minute session. And then use the board properly. If you are math teacher, your physics teacher, your language teacher, use board. But how to be used? Let handwriting should be legible. It is not anywhere anything you are writing. So it should be up to down, and then in partition, draw partition your board, and then use it in a very, very immaculate and neat and clean manner. As already discussed, you should be having great command on your content. Students would not respect a teacher who is not having the knowledge about their subject. So you should be your subject expert. Keep on updating yourself. Keep on learning new things. As I said, when you will use multiple resources to teach the students, sometimes you're using PPT, sometimes you're using role play, sometimes you're using lecture method, sometimes there is a discussion method, sometimes theatrical activity. So these are called various teaching methodologies and techniques. Inquiry based, taking children in a playground to teach something, through experiments, through hands on. So use multiple innovating teaching technologies and techniques. So students will definitely pay respect to you, and they will start showing interest in your class and in your content. And automatically, there would be good results and life learning engagement. As throughout my session, I keep on asking you, I keep on encouraging you, I keep on telling, okay, tell yes, no, agree, disagree. What do you think? What is your opinion? So this is how you keep on engaging the students in the classroom. If suppose 40 minutes you are continuously speaking and you're not giving chance to the students to speak, teacher is a facilitator. Your role, your intervention should be minimum. You have to set the stage, you have to set the tempo of the session. Let students only teach. Adopt that lecture method, presentation method. Tell students one day advance, "Ki tomorrow we are going to start with the so and so chapter. So all of you come well prepared. Just read it, and one by one you will explain it." So let them come and explain. Your energy is saved. Classroom is engaged. Children will do intensive study at home. They will start reading on their own. So half of your problems are resolved. And automatically the students will be knowledgeable because they are doing in-depth study. So these are some of the techniques which you can always adopt to make your classroom very interesting. This is another video, but I think I've already exceeded my time a lot. I'll miss this video. It is again very important video to understand. Mm, And no, these are 7 principles of learning centered course plan. When you talk about the curriculum which you're designing, encourage active learning. Take that concept and then involve all the students in the classroom. As far as possible, try to engage each and every child. For an instance, it happens if in your class there are 20 students. Now, all 20 children, students will be from different intellectual background. Normally, teacher asks the question and some students they raise their hand. And every time that children will raise the hand. You should not ignore those children who are not raising hand. Every time to save your time, you will make the reading done by the children who is already fluent. Give chance to every student in your classroom. No student should be left behind. If you are a teacher who pays attention to each and every student of your class, the way we have seen in that video, the class of rowdies, teacher has given chance to each and every student. So keep on rotating the children. Everybody should be given chance. Everybody should feel important. Everybody in the classroom should feel that yes, we are not just a furniture. We are valued. So they will be respecting you. They will start studying. Their performance will improve when you will give them positive feedback. Healthy feedback should be given. Suppose my handwriting is not good, rather than writing ki poor handwriting, you should write you can do excellent. Improve your writing. Suppose I have scored only 3 marks out of 10, rather than writing it very poor or not up to the mark, unsatisfactory, you can write, Neeraj, you can do good, learn next time better, or you are improving, right? This time it's better, next time get more marks. So your feedback which you are giving should be prompt and it should be very positive, and follow the deadlines, follow the timelines given to the students. Talk to the students, give them a chance to open up, give them the chance to speak out their mind. So this way they will remain connected with you. So these were like, this is again Bloom's taxonomy. Again, very important basis this, we generally prepare our question papers, and basis on this only we have to teach. There are these 6 levels. First is like remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and top we have creativity. The ultimate purpose and goal of education is that the children should become creative. So your lesson plan should be planned accordingly. Your question paper should also be planned according to Bloom's taxonomy. This is one of the very important concept. We do have an independent workshop on Bloom's taxonomy also. So actually, we are already very short of time, and I have extended my lecture. So to conclude, I'll just say that the mediocre teacher tells, good teacher explains, superior teacher teaches, demonstrates, and the great teacher inspires. So you all should try to inspire the students of your class. Make them really, leave your mark on their mind. They will really admire you, appreciate you, your efforts. These are very precious resources for any nation. So the house is open in case you want to ask anything. Please feel free. Anything you wanted to ask, please feel free. I'm ready to take your doubts, any challenge you're facing in the classroom with regard to subject. So an effective teacher will be like, who is a package of all these qualities: when you're compassionate, when you do not have any ego, when you listen to the students, when you involve students in the classroom, teaching, learning. So definitely the students, they feel important. When you find that students are disturbing a lot in the classroom, so you give them a chance, Tell them, okay, tomorrow you prepare a lecture. There is one method we call as role play. Through theater also you can teach every concept. We can make students different characters. It may be a science chapter, may it be, it is a literature chapter. So there are various ways how grammar can be taught in a very interesting way through various activities. Try to do lot of hands-on activities in the classroom so that the teaching learning becomes very interesting. When children are involved in, when they're active learners, they're not just sitting on the benches waiting 40 minutes for one teacher, 40 minutes next teacher, and then again 40 minutes next teacher. So definitely they lose their interest and zeal in studies. But when you are engaging them, when they are actively participating, so their learning graph will improve, their memory will enhance, their retention will improve, they will perform good in examination, and they will become lifelong learners. So thank you very much. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. Teachers, anyone who wants to ask sir any questions, uh, if you just want to give some feedback about all the important things that he's been talking about, you can take this opportunity now. So I would really like to actually thank you, sir, for teaching us all these things. It's you're not teaching only through the presentation or the notes. You are yourself the example of what you are saying. You are patient with us. You are encouraging us to communicate. You are a doctor, but still you've come down to our level and you're talking in a very simple and easy way that we can learn. So practically as well as theoretically, so you are teaching us all these methods. So I would like to thank you, sir, very much.
So nice, Ms. Vimuri. I'm really impressed with your communication skills. You're so fluent, and that's your asset. The way you try to connect, the way you are expressing your expressions, your vocabulary, it's really par excellent. So good luck to you. Keep on participating. Keep on, this is when you participate, you become a leader. So every excellent or expert was once a beginner. The people, if you will not take initiatives in your life, so you will remain where you started your career with. So first, as a teacher, you should have that zest, that zeal, that fizz and fire in the belly to rise, to grow, to make a difference, because we touch lives. So it's very important that we have that sense of humor. We should have empathy. We should have that compassion. We should feel the pain of the child. Uh, Wish you all good luck. May you all make a difference in the life of children. You already are doing commendable job. So please keep learning and try to use all this learning in your real life. Otherwise, it's no use. It's absolutely no use.
So I've actually gotten to know that some of the head teachers or principals who are watching your lectures, maybe not live, but when they watch the YouTube also, that when they have their weekly meetings with the teachers, that they go through these things and then they like update and they discuss, and it's very useful. So maybe there aren't many here at the moment, but because it's recorded and put later on, many of them watch and then they translate and all that is happening. So your time that you are taking right now is, there is no limit, there are no bounds to the influence that you're going to make to all of us. So thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
very much. This was only my purpose, that I should be able to influence, I should be able to make a difference and leave an impact, and collectively we can make this world a better place. So nice of you again, once again. I'm thankful to your government, your province, all the administrators, Kamal Goda ji, and due regards for Rashmi Tyagi ji, ma'am, that she always invites me for taking the sessions. Mm, Thanks a lot to all of you. And I always exceed my time, which is something I need to work upon, because once I start, I really want that whatever knowledge I do have about the topic, I should disseminate the maximum. 1 hour is not actually sufficient time to train something or to disseminate the information, because every every slide I can talk hours. So At times, I cross my time limits. So really
Not
sorry
a
for
problem.
that.
So interesting. That's not a problem,
So
sir. Thank you
by
so much.
all these, I'm available on all the social media, and I would be happy to help any one of you. You can Google me, you can find me on Insta anytime. You may drop me a message whenever I'll be free. I'll definitely reciprocate to it. Always ready to help and assist in anything I can do for any one of you. Good night, all of
Good night, sir. Thank you so much.
Fly so high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding